Okay, let's talk about just drawing in 3D. I showed you earlier about right here. We have box, cylinder, cone, sphere, pyramid, wedge, and torus. Let's just go through these very quickly. I'm leaving myself in the world, which is your top view. A box is as simple as picking a point, get rid of that, picking a point, and now I can come down here. See, it says cube and length. If I type in, or if I hit the cube, I can give it specifics such as 3, enter, enter. So now I have a cube. That's fine. Cube is very easily to use. With the box, you can do other things. Just pick your point, pick what you want. You can go in and type your dimensions. This is something that you have to learn to read. Down here in your command line, if you don't have your command line there, type in command line and have it show up. You can even take your command line like this and pull it down and expand it so you can truly see it. So that's your box. Cylinder. This is as easy as picking, dragging it out, or typing in your diameter or your radius. Make sure you read, because down here it says specify the radius or diameter. So right now, if you notice, the dash lines from the center to the edge, so we're in radius. So if you want diameter, type in D and hit enter, or pick diameter and hit enter. Now you can see it's pulling it out as a diameter. You give it that, and now you tell it, this is your positive dimension, this is your negative, because there's your Z. Z's coming up. Anytime it's coming up, it is positive. Super simple to use. Next thing you have is your cone. You gotta read, guys, on this one. You pick your point, you give it what your base is going to be. It's going to give it to you as a radius. You can also go into diameter, pick it, then you're getting your height. Remember, you're not really going by the angle at this point. You're giving it as a total height. How tall is this going to be? Read the options. Down at the bottom, it's asking you 2-point axis, endpoint, top, radius. So you can actually say the top radius is going to be 1 inch, and this was 4 inches. So it's going to stop, and you'll have a flat spot here. It requires you to think and read. If you get stuck and it's not doing what you want, it's all because you're not reading in the command line what it's asking you to do. After cone, you have sphere. With your sphere, it's always asking specify the center point. Now it's going to ask you things such as, the diameter, radius, your choice on that. But if we go back to sphere again, it's going to ask you at the very beginning, 3-point, 2-point, TTR. TTR is tangent, tangent, radius. That's helpful if you're in the middle of a drawing and you need something attaching. So, 2-point sphere from the edge to the edge. If you remember, this one came from the center out. So think what you need. Pyramid. Once again, you pick your pyramid shape, what you need. You can turn your ortho on to square it up. You've got to actually do this. Read all these options you have. It can be very helpful. Now, one wedge. Wedge can be really a helpful thing, but if you don't understand it, it can really cause you problems. Look at all the options on when it's telling you to do what they want. Do you want this side? Do you want 2 points? Do you want a distance? Read, because with a wedge and drafting, you need to be exact on things. You can't just kind of make it work. So if you don't know what you're picking, read in your command line. Sometimes I find wedge is easier just to draw your triangle where you need it and extrude it. Last one is torus. That's just, as the kids always say, it's a donut. Where's the inside? Where's the outside? There is some uses for this. Honestly, there's very few uses I have ever needed for a torus, but I'm sure they are. It all depends on what you're working on. So all of this area is right here. It gives you all the 3D determined shapes you need. And of course, with these shapes, you put them together and you create your actual final object which you need. And that should pretty much work for you, hopefully. So remember, the key to doing these objects is read in your command line. What is it asking you? If you don't read, you're not going to have a clue what you're doing with it. All right, remember, read.